Hi there, Taurus. Thank you so very much for your patience with this reading. It is your mid-August reading. It'll span roughly the 15th to the 31st of the month. Without further ado, let us get started here, Taurus. Okay. You have here the Seven of Swords in reverse, overlaying the Father of Swords in reverse, overlaying the Father of Cups upright. Okay, two fathers in a row here with the Seven of Swords in reverse. There is a coming out, there is a clarification of what has been, I'm hearing rudimentary. Okay, I'm getting that it may have to do with value systems, and a lot is coming out. It's kind of like once one word comes out, a lot, I'm hearing ensues, a lot follows. Okay, follows the lead. Two aces, Ace of Swords, Ace of Cups. Right here, you have this, right, Father of Swords, and you have the Father of Cups. So there's something having to do with communication, perhaps of an emotional nature, having to do with emotions, having to do with a situation that it may involve two other individuals. Okay, maybe sort of speaking to community, and how community plays a part in our emotional sense of satisfaction and groundedness. But you have here the Daughter of Pentacles, who's mirroring the Three of Cups in reverse. Side by side, the Nine of Pentacles upright. Three, a multiple of nine. Okay, there may be an individual who's involved in some way to this. I'm hearing the stature, the home front. Okay, the sense of, I'm hearing the backing of whatever this, I'm hearing community endeavor may have been, or I'm feeling that it's speaking to, okay, it's speaking to, I'm getting previous chapters, previous frequencies, okay, as well, and sequences, okay, of events, and perhaps the Daughter of I almost said Cups, Daughter of Pentacles, okay, may have an emotional side or part to play in whatever this story is, but also that which is greatly financial. So if you resonate with there being an individual who is somewhat related to the earth element archetype, okay, that which is very grounded, that which is very stable, that which I'm hearing has the income, okay, reining in, okay, but on the parade in some kind of way, perhaps, for a number of you, there's I'm hearing there is a disorganization, okay, of efforts and a recognition of what is needed to bring what is of impending focus to the fore, okay, so I'm getting community efforts. You have the Five of Wands upright, overlaying the Devil, okay, which is Capricorn's card in the Major Arcana. Speaking of finances, speaking of career, and you have the High Priestess beneath this Devil, okay. High Priestess also Major Arcana 2, number 2. You then have the Eight of Swords, okay, upright beneath the High Priestess. You then have the Star in reverse beneath this Eight of Swords upright. Okay, the Star mirroring the High Priestess. Okay, so, and then you have your own card here, the Hierophant, right? Number 5 in the Major Arcana deck. Okay, beneath this Star in reverse, who's shouting over to the Seven of Wands upright, the Six of Cups upright, the Hermit, okay, upright, the Eight of Pentacles upright, and the Daughter of Wands in reverse. Okay, I'm reading this as a separate stack, and it speaks to a crossover as I'm feeling it, and quite literally and energetically in terms of the cards that were pulled for Cancer. Okay, so if you know Cancer, if you have a Cancer rising, ascendant, or moon sign, then you may want to check that video out. However, there's a focus on getting for you rekindling the driving force behind your, I'm hearing your measures and your focus on whatever it is at hand that you understand, right? You hold in your hands to create, to mold, to take the lead with, to take reign with, and you're realizing that it's a matter of accentuating, right? That flair. Okay, I'm hearing that gusto for a number of you. That I hold, okay, as the ember of my light through the process, that guides me through the process. So it's a very internalized passion, okay, and it's a very personal sort of like beneath the lamplight, okay, sort of feeling of perhaps even writing up your emotions, okay. I'm hearing strongly emotional side of the story for you. So, right. So where we have the strong earth energy, right, Pentacles, we then have this emphasis on the emotional realm and that which is guided by way of our spirituality, our intuition. So they're very two polar and also complementary driving forces that I'm hearing foresight, that you have the foresight with. You understand that you're melding these two, I'm hearing these two melting pots. So whatever has been simmering on either end, that be it financial, okay, financial preparation, and that which is yet again, the emotional side of the story, okay, the preparation of both accounts, okay, in both fronts, okay, are what shape this whole process for you, okay, that jump start it, that define you and also enclose you in it, that give you this sense of, I'm getting, it's like a packaged feeling. There's a feeling of feeling identifiable. I'm hearing identifiable goods for a number of you, but there's something about, this is my persona. Okay, my persona is in a way the way that I approach the process, the clarity of my dissemination of my personal truth, and the clarity of the process within the process, and even before the process, and after, right, is what is I'm getting that is the beholder of it. So there's a focus on the process for you, the lineage of time, okay, space, value systems I'm getting as well. And it may cause you to reflect back in time, okay, on even childhood experiences. But there's this focus, this very, very central focus on the Nine of Pentacles for you, something about, I'm hearing for a number of you as well, crowdfunding, okay, crowdfunding. But for a strong number of you, and this may be your very own energy, right? Daughter of Pentacles, one who is, you may be financing, backing your own, let me tune in for you, Taurus. I'm getting for a number of you, you may be looking elsewhere for financial funding. Okay, the communities of people, the group that you thought was your niche group that would align and in a way vibrate with whatever it is that you're creating, perhaps is not the target audience, perhaps is not the place that you're seeking out support. Okay, I'm hearing acclaimment, something about joining forces, but recognizing what and where and who those forces are. Okay, now I'm hearing to be reckoned with as well. So take it as you will, Taurus. I almost said Capricorn. So if you know Capricorn individual, you do have the devil here, okay, prominently placed. So, right, then you may want to check that video out. I haven't yet done it for Capricorn, so I don't know where the overlap may lie, but there is a strong clearing effect, okay, on matters of community, of social groups. And I feel that it will strongly differ, right, how it may play out for a number of you, but there's this purification in a way, the clearing of understanding what was not really aligned. I'm getting in terms of frequency. Okay, for a long time, And okay, so you have yet again, right, these two propensities, these two sort of dialogues I'm hearing, even perhaps with yourself, okay, internal dialogues and or with others, okay, the interplay with community, the bouncing off of ideas, the referencing, the reference points. There may be a lot of dialogue, but nonetheless, right, you have these two very clear paths, that which is practical, that which deals with the financial, monetary sort of measures, again, and that which is boundless, right, based in not even, right, I'm hearing the foundation of your thoughts, okay, like your dreams. You may not even understand, you may not even know what is being said until you except where it leads you in the dark. Okay, so there's something about not understanding the process and understanding the process. So one side of the story is very clear, is very practical, is very clearly discernible. You know where you're going in a certain sort of measure. Okay, there's a scheme to it. On the other hand, you're going in sort of, right, like the eyes closed. Okay, don't know where I'm going, but I know where I'm going. And the processes of understanding how these two roads eventually converge, okay, and lead me to my ultimate metamorphosis. That is both the regulator, the capacitator, the captor, and the provoker of the release of my dream, whatever this is. So you realize that so much of the weight of the driving force, okay, is held in this metamorphosis, okay, that I feel again, it speaks to your identity. It's something about disclosure as well to an audience as I'm feeling it, right? Hierophant mirroring this Eight of Swords. It's breaking the boundaries of even, I'm hearing time and space, okay, but values, specifically value systems, okay, and it's almost like this. You recognize that it's your dream, okay, that, and it's your relation to your dream. The way that you regard your dream that determines, okay, in a certain sense, how you I'm hearing you come about yourself, how you see yourself. It depends on how you see yourself in relation to this dream, this ideology, okay, and this idolized sort of state of being and standing for what it is that you know is your very personal truth. So it's a process, and it's that which is greatly intellectual, very, very mental as well, cerebral sort of process, okay, of dissemination, perhaps of facts, of figures as well. Okay, I will say that. But there is this bobbing in and bobbing out sort of effect, okay, in relation to this dream. And you recognize that it doesn't happen overnight. You recognize that it's a process yet again, okay, and that it's a very personal process, and that you're in control of it. I'm not getting that this is something timed and measured, right, by way of the actual like hindrances. Okay, I'm not getting it's like roadblock, not like that, right? As you may perceive it or as you may feel it, it's greatly dependent on you and the internal process by which, right, you measure your own growth, your own state of progress, and that's what it's almost like, right, like the sort of ticker, okay, the ringer that goes off, right, for the pressure cooker. Like, I'm no longer a caterpillar and I'm no longer incubating. I'm now a butterfly, right? And only you know when that moment is. Only you know when that moment is. And you're taking your time with it, right? And that may be an especially wise, so to speak, right, choice during Mercury retrograde if you are thinking about making a really big shift, jump, decision to officialize, right, sign on the dotted line sort of thing. You may want to wait until Mercury goes direct and even a few days after. So looking at around September 5th, a little bit after, a few days, right, give or take, then right, that may be, I'm hearing it's about the waiting game, okay, and yet it's not. Whatever this is, it's very much strategically, okay, determined by you. It's not just arbitrary. I'm at the hand of fate. I don't feel that it's like that for you. I don't feel like it's like that for you, but of course, a general reading, take it as you will, Taurus. Okay. Now, there are many, many options on the table in terms of how to perhaps produce this, finance this in a way of like production. Okay, in the production side of whatever this creative process is, there's a question. There's a question of who do I go with? Production company, who do I go with? What's the team that may finance the creativity, that may be the most conducive, that may right, supplement my growth rather than hinder my growth. There's a question of what to do about production, absolutely, and you may be considering either two options or one option that has sort of two counterparts to it, that which is financial, monetary sort of discussion, okay, Son of Pentacles, or perhaps with an earth sign, and Father of Wands, okay, who's in reverse. Someone who's very, very, very creative, very magnanimous sort of energy, but there is a question, okay, it's almost like there's a question mark with this Father of Wands. It's not sure really which, either this individual is not sure which creative direction to take, and or you're not sure how exactly, you're like poking around in the dark a little bit with this individual, okay? You're not sure what direction I'm hearing what lead this and what lead role for a number of you, this Father of Wands is going to take in terms of the creative process. You have the Six of Pentacles in reverse beneath the Father of Wands and the Son of Pentacles. So I feel that the Son of Pentacles may speak more of your sort of language, okay, so to speak, perhaps for a number of you, and they get the idea, they understand you and your fundamental sort of core philosophy for doing what you're doing and why. And they're sort of on board as I'm getting it. But the focus is on bypassing, so to speak, this, I'm hearing the viewer's discretion, bypassing the creative direction of the Father of Wands, okay, who yet again seems to be overburdened almost with this Five of Wands, so many options. So 5, 6, 5, preceding the Father of Wands, right, overlaying it almost in perpendicular fashion, and the Six of Pentacles in reverse beneath the Son of Pentacles. So there's a question on the table of growth, where it goes from here, okay, in a creative way. And I'm getting, again, if these are two individuals, a fire sign and an earth sign, or, right, those who may relate to that archetype, or one who's playing sort of both roles, okay, the financial side of it, or the individual who's sort of the more practical, logical, but creatively minded as well, is able to recognize creative talent, okay, gets it, is more on board, so to speak. The Father of Wands, who seems to be is sort of the initiator of the whole project, okay, like gives the green light, so to speak, is almost like there's a question of nowhere to be found. Like, where is this individual? Right? You know, you don't even really, it's like behind closed doors, like the Wizard and the Wizard of Oz. Like, who's behind that big curtain? So there may be for a number of you, a question of where this partnership leads, and right, or how others may pan out. You may be considering your options as well. So Six of Pentacles, right, yet again, it's suspended. There's this focus on, how, based on the creative direction that we take, will things proceed in a material, financial, tangible way that's in line with the creative vision, okay? And so if you're considering your different options, right, there's you're thinking, I want to join forces with those who will not forsake either measure, either side of the story, that which is financial, material, tangible, production, quality of the physical, tangible material, I'm hearing goods, assets, and that which will ensure the longevity of the creative direction, okay, and the creative sustenance, okay, that will feed it materially, but also that which will not forsake the creative authenticity of the project, okay, wanting to maintain a certain level of control, okay, in that dynamic, okay, as well. So for a number of you, this may be speaking of startups, okay, funding, and right, where you feel like you stand in relation to partnerships that may offer, right, I'm hearing subsidized loans for a number of you. It may also be schooling, okay, but nonetheless, there's a focus for career on the table, absolutely, for you. And I feel Taurus. I almost said Virgo, and I'm getting Virgo strongly associated with the Son of Pentacles, and you pulled Virgo's card, the Hermit, in the Major Arcana. So I'm getting that there is a merging of forces. Okay, there is a merging of forces as it pertains to matters of career, but also the home life. emotional life. So whatever this, I'm getting that it could be one and the same, right? This situation of the Father of Wands and the Son of Pentacles, referencing that of the Hermit here with this partnership that's emotional, but it may not be, right? Nonetheless, Taurus, there is this perhaps duality, okay, a framework to whatever your understanding is of where this process takes you, both as a professional and as an individual, okay, and so that process is for you to, I'm getting acclimate to, and it requires of you to kind of sit. I'm getting it's like sit in your room, sit backstage, sit in the. I'm hearing in the purveyor's desk. Okay, in the purveyor's deck, something about the viewer's deck, but that which is it's like you to gain a greater, closer sort of look and understanding of what you are to experience. Okay, it's like preparation, but in a way that is like you cannot be seen, you cannot be viewed. So it's somewhat of an inversion, okay, and a little bit paradoxical, right? It's like you can't be seen so that you can see more. So there's something private as well about the approach that you may be taking to understanding what it takes to make the most of this experience, both again as an individual and that which speaks of your professionalism. Okay. But there's absolutely a question of finances, career assets, how it all contributes, and how your emotional world can play nicely and play fairly with your career and the material markers I'm hearing of progress and growth. Okay. So lots of messages coming through for you, Taurus. Let's get back here to the center of the spread. You have here, again, two aces, right? Brand new beginning here on the table as it pertains to perhaps the clarity, okay, that regards this this emotional new beginning, okay? Because as I'm feeling it for you, there's the recognition that, okay, yes, right, in a way I'm hearing, I've got to pay my dues. I've got to put in the work, the time, the effort, okay? I've got to remain focused through it all. But I've also got to remain focused not just on it, but on me. And not just on me, but on us. And so there's a crossroads, right, of energy and focus for you. And so there's the emotional story, yet again, that's coming through, and the recognition of what did not do it for you, especially in terms of social, I'm hearing stratosphere, okay, the social dimension of your work, right? Work-life situations, home-life situations, almost blending. What did not work for you? And so there's greater clarity even with the realization that you want this new beginning emotionally, okay? And you're speaking out about that. And it may be to an individual, this is one of two options, who has these two sort of sides to them, Father of Swords, Father of Cups, that which is very emotional, and that which is more logical, okay, more practical. It may pertain to an individual who you're coming out to, as I'm feeling it, that who has a lot of air, okay, someone who follows the archetype of the Father of Swords to a T. Okay, I would say, I'm saying specifically for you here, to a T, someone who really, like, when you look at this card, you think of them, sort of feeling, right? So take it as you will, Taurus, right? But one who may have a lot of air, yet again, who's very logical, very, very rational, but has this sort of quality about them that suggests that they do have a creative side, okay? But the question is, how do you access that, okay? And if that's your question, I'm getting that it may be via the emotions. Now, Taurus, it's like, if you resonate, okay, with this being an individual who has a lot of air, yet again, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, or one who's very, very logical, rational type, okay, it may be that you are not waiting, okay, any longer for them to clarify their stance, okay, in whatever the situation is, and you have two fathers in reverse, Father of Wands in reverse, Father of Swords in reverse. So there may be sort of either a trio, a family, you have several threes, three fathers, three of cups. Okay. So it's there, but yet again, there's a focus on you not waiting, okay, to come to your personal conclusions, right? It's like this is ultimately, why am I even doing the process? It's for my own sake, not for the sake of, okay, and I'm getting harmony, not for the sake of harmony, even in the sense that you recognize that you're holding your internal frequency and personal calibration is the utmost important thing, right, through the whole process. And ultimately, if you're not in your own balance, if you're not holding your own frequency, okay, I'm hearing in your own mindset, if you're being taken out of the context of your realm, of your emotions, and what your personal creative direction is for this, then, right, it's like, what good does it do, right, if the collaborations that we have to make with others, right? So it's about you first and foremost, and the internal harmony, and by way of that, right, speaking out about that, having clarity with that, there is then this discourse and this dissemination, this discussion of truth, okay? So there's a question of if the Father of Swords will speak out, okay, after that point perhaps, as I'm feeling it for a number of you, but there is this Father of Cups that's very, very strongly coming, almost swimming out of the Father of Swords into the Hierophant. So I'm going to say it like this, Taurus. If there is an individual who you're waiting on to communicate, okay, it's like, perhaps for a number of you, I'm getting this strongly. There are two halves to this individual. There are two sides, okay, and two aspects of your relationship with them and your dynamic. One which is very sort of surface, okay, very, I'm hearing statutory, okay, whatever that may mean to you, legal, literal, clarified, right? In terms of even the written word, okay, and yet not clear even by way of the emphasis on that. At the same time, you hold a certain relationship with them that I'm hearing holds no laws, holds no bounds, is boundless and exceeds the rational mind, okay, and the expectations that come along with it, either those of your own, those of this other individual, or those of society even. So there's something expansive about whoever this individual is, your dynamic together. And so while you're, in a way, waiting on the word, okay, at the same time, this could also be legal discretion perhaps, at the same time you have this emotional understanding, even perhaps spiritual understanding that may come through dreams, okay, in the dream state, that where you understand this person. And so it's like you, right, on one hand, right, they're not speaking, they're not talking, and there's a lack of clarity. On the other hand, the emotional frequency that you both connect on is very, very clear. Is very, very clear, right? And so the Father of Cups is quite literally like swimming into, right? Butting heads with the Hierophant, which is your own card. So there is an emotional reality that you're very solid on. It's a matter of the discernment and the standing even for this emotional truth that you know to be your own, okay. That is the focus. So it's the speaking, okay, the element of speaking and confirming and officializing in first a very personal way, okay, and understanding where you stand, that in a way puts all the pieces in order, Taurus. So thank you so very much for tuning in. I hope that this reading was helpful for you. Please feel free to check out your rising, ascendant, or moon sign as well, as oftentimes those may provide you with further insights into your situation. All right, so nonetheless, Taurus, let me see any other announcements. The Twitter account, yes. Okay, so some of you may already know I've created a Twitter account for Alchemy and You. The channel is Alchemy and You. So feel free to add that handle if you so wish. I'll be posting any updates on the channel when I post videos, when when there are some delays with videos, where I'll update on that handle on Twitter, Alchemy and You. So the link in the description box below. Also, I know that some of you have been asking if I offer personal readings and the like, and I do, and I have a website, alchemyinyou.com. Feel free to check it out, and you can browse the services there. All right, so thank you so much again, Taurus. Enjoy August, and I'll see you soon. Bye.